Welcome back to Good Morning San Diego. The Salvation Army has launched its Red Kettlebell Ringing Season once again. Joining me now to talk about the importance of the kettlebell and how it helps provide for those in need, especially in our area, is Major Amy Reardon. Major Reardon, welcome back to KUSI. Thank you for being such a good friend and making time for us and our viewers.
Thank you for being a good friend to the Salvation Army.
Well, because it's such a worthy cause, because the money stays local, right? I mean, that's the thing we want to drive home today is when you put money into that bell, it's not going to some corporate office. It's staying in the San Diego area, is it not?
That's exactly right. Even if you donate online, it still stays in your zip code, which is really important. So people understand that.
All right. So the trick is to have the bell out in as many different places as you can. Where are you going to be in San Diego starting today? Starting when?
We started a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. All right. So where can people find the bell?
We're all over the place. We're at grocery stores, Vons, Albertsons, but we're some special places this year too.
Go ahead, come on, brag on it.
So Peterson's Donuts is a big deal for us. They even made a special Salvation Army donut, which we showed here last week on the show.
Right, I saw that.
And we are at the Midway for the Jingle Bell. I can't remember what it's called.
But the event there.
The event there.
And basically, you're in places where there's high foot traffic.
That's right. That's right.
And the Midway is, I mean, they have insane traffic. So, I mean, it's very cool of them to open up their pathway to you.
We're so happy about that. And Coastal Christmas. We've been at Belmont Park. We're even at the airport this year, which I'm really excited to see how that does. So,
Jingle Jets, I think, is what we're talking about.
Jingle Jets, that's
so you're going to raise money.
Yeah.
We should mention, because the holiday calendar is, you have 5 fewer days to collect. So you're trying to meet all last year's goals, but with 5 fewer days before the holiday season. Could you talk about realistically what can you expect to raise this year?
Well, I'm hoping that we'll raise at least $50,000. That's
a lot of money.
That is a lot of money, but there are so many services that we provide.
Well, where does the money go?
Well, we are giving homes to the homeless, and not just congregate shelters. We have apartments where unsheltered families can live for up to a year. We have shelters for men and women who are single. We feed meals, hot meals to seniors. We have food banks. We help people with rental assistance so they don't get homeless in the first place. We have music education for children. We have camp for children. I think we have something for every age group, every need.
So that money gets spent very quickly. I mean,
it does.
If you had $500,000, you could spend it all, and if you had $5 million, you could spend it all. There's a lot of people out there that can use your help.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. We could spend every penny we ever got. Yes.
All right. When I was a kid, putting some money in the bell and having someone ring the bell, that was, we always had an ashtray filled with coins and stuff, like, you know, for tolls and whatnot. Society has changed a little bit in that we're all walking around with no cash and very little change. How is that? First of all, am I right in saying that? And how has that affected you?
Yeah, I think you are very right. We've tried to put some QR codes on some of our kettles, and we're still working on doing this a little more smoothly. But I would say, you know, if you're going to Walmart, for example, get some cash change and stick it in the kettle on the way out. Not only is it good for us, it's really wonderful for people to do with their children or their grandchildren or without them, you know, just to show what it means to be part of the community, to help your neighbor. I think that's really important. And people can also donate by going to sandiego.salvationarmy.org, where you can find out anything you want to know about the Salvation Army.
Hit that again, Major Reardon. Where do they go?
sandiego.salvationarmy.org.
All right. And one of the, we were talking off camera, I think the technology, you have to devise a bell that people can use their phones, and then the size of the donation determines how loud the bell rings.
Well, now that's an idea. I like that.
You need high-tech bells because, I mean, because you're obviously your mission's going to never end. There's always going to be people that are going to need your help. So you can't go anywhere. You just have to figure out a way to adapt to the fact that people are walking around with just phone money now.
Jesus said the poor will always be with us, and so we always have needs to meet, you know. So I think you're right. At the airport, we can't ring the bell because, you know, some people don't like that. Right. So we have like wooden bells, you know, ding dong, ding dong.
Anybody who doesn't like to hear the bell ringing, Yeah. I mean, come on.
Grinches.
Yeah, it's all part of Christmas. And then you're doing angels work, and everybody who in your group is doing angels work, and for that we want to support you as best we can.
Thank you. May I just say, speaking of ringing the bell,
sure,
we do need bell ringers. We need them desperately because, as you said, we have a limited amount of time, and we need to make sure those bells are covered. So people can go.
And where do they go?
Registertoring.com. Registertoring.com.
One more time, registertoring.com. So if you can't donate, you can donate your time, which is a gift just as appreciated by you, I bet.
A wonderful gift, yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Major Amy Reardon, we have to call it a conversation. Thank you so much, and I wish you a very successful and safe and happy holiday season.
And the same to you. Thank you.
Thank you.